Welcome to Experience Liberia. I am one part of your host, Kennard Kenny. I'm coming to you because I've been thinking, reflecting, what's all that's going on the internet with this African American and African topic, right? I want to know, how did we lose the love for each other? What happened, right? How did we fall for the banana in the tailpipe? Is what I want to know. How did we go from fight the power, black power, to looking out for your brother and my sister? This is my queen, this is my king. Where did that go? What happened? And this is for all my viewers out there. If you haven't, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, help get the views up, support your brother. I know that we're supposed to be doing more for each other than what we're doing now, than we used to. I remember it was a time, right? I grew up in Chicago, on the south side, 56 and Bishop. I remember I got in trouble. My neighbor caught me doing something wrong and tore my ass up. I mean, whooped me. Then took me to my house and told my mother what I was out there doing. And my mother said, "Thank you so much," and turned around and whooped my ass. Didn't stop there. Told my dad, when he came in, he whooped my ass. What happened to that? What happened to that love? Now, I'm not saying that there's not some people that's out there. But what I'm saying is that the neighborhood is not the same. The community is lost. The younger generation don't respect the elders. The elders are out there trying to act like the youngsters. There's no support for the black sister at all. The government has fractured the home. Drugs are running rampant. Jobs are non-existent in communities. The African American male is highly incarcerated. That's running rampant. On top of that, how are we supposed to function and show love towards one another? That is the question. That is the key. I am looking for some people to chime in and leave a comment, because we need to try to fix this problem. We need to try to come up with a plan. Come up with a plan to work collectively as a whole, to look past your religious belief, your sexual preference, your voting preference, what else? All of those things that keep you divided, right? That's a big part. We need to look past that. We have to, because we're losing this fight. We're losing this fight as a whole. As a whole, collectively, we are losing this fight. And it's spewing out like never before. and we wonder why we're not getting anything done. We don't support each other. We say we do, but we don't. We don't support black businesses. Excuse me, face kind of oily. We don't support black businesses like that. And if there is a black business, the first thing we want is a discount. But you're going to Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and you'll go proudly to that store and put your card up or that cash up, and just to show that you belong, and you ain't asking for no discount. First of all, you're going to get an ugly look when you walk in there. I mean, it baffles me. It really baffles me. It's like, what is truly going on with us mentally? Why do you want to be in a place where you're not wanted? I guess I'm cut from a different cloth. I can't see myself. If I know that you don't rock with me, I'm not rocking with you. It was people in the military that I understood. I had a mission to do. There was no excuses. And we had to work together. As long as that mission got done, at the end of the day, I'm cordial. I say hello, and I'm gone. Because at the end of the day, you're not coming home and sitting down at my dinner table. As they say, what you eat don't make me shit. So I'm kind of baffled. I'm kind of baffled at how is it that you go walk in this store and get this type of mistreatment and still go back? What is that? Do we like that drama? Do we have that much self-hate in our heart that we will subject ourselves to take all type of crap from this government and the powers that be? But soon as your brother come in, you quick to jump Billy Badass. We quick to jump Billy Badass. I try my best, and I know I'm not one for a whole lot of talking. I am not. I am not that one. But as I done got older, I have learned to try, especially with my brothers and sisters that look like me. I try to be chill. I try to understand your problem. I understand mentally you going through something, so I give you a pass. I try my best to give you a pass, but I still stand my ground sometimes, but it's not like it used to be. Like I had that fire, like boom, man, it's on. I had to learn who's gaining from that. Who is gaining from that? Who is gaining from that? We have to do a better job of really coming together and really focusing on the real issues at hand. Stop giving these people the power. We got the power. We are the workhorse. We really are the machine when you really look at it. We make NFL hot. We make the NBA hot. We make the MLB hot. Track and field, we dominate. Music, we on fire. We are doing it. We are the #1 consumers in America, but have the least amount of resources. So if we need to, we can really make change. Let's look at the bus boycott. When we hit them in their pockets, things happen. They stop giving that money. That's all we got to do. Start supporting black-owned businesses. Start putting your energy in your community, build for yourself. Then we can turn around and we can do something collectively on a major scale to take it to them. This when you look at the Italian neighborhoods, the Chinese neighborhoods, the Hispanic neighborhoods, the German neighborhoods. They working together, and so on and so on. They're working together. Now, I'm not saying there ain't no crime in their neighborhood, but they stick together. How do you think they got the anti-Asian bill? And you trying to tell me that the Asian went through more hell than we went through? Come on now. Come on now. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. What's really going on? We got to learn to take our minds off of putting it, of the backward stuff, man, off the foolishness. We don't understand how money works because they set that up as a design, especially in the black neighborhood. We don't. We don't know how money works. We'll go out there and buy something that's flashy and bling bling. And I'm not saying that, hey, you cannot buy that with your money. But if you know, and this is no knock to those, you know what I'm saying, to those that's out there because, you know, hey, whatever floats your boat, because we need to be like that way sometimes with people. But if you still living with your parents, right, and you've been there and you ain't never moved out, something wrong with that picture. Something is wrong with that picture. You should have been done moved out and got your own. And during this time when your parents have gotten older and they can't do for themselves, they need to be moving in with you. But you'll go out there and spend all your money on the bling bling, the high fashion, all that stuff. That stuff is depreciable. It's not going to grow. We fuel nonsense instead of fueling something that's positive, that's going to elevate us as a group of people, as a race of people. And we lost. We fragmented. We are fragmented so bad it doesn't make any sense. We got brothers on the continent that have left the diaspora that's showing you, brothers and sisters on the continent that is showing you their experiences and sharing it to you. They're bringing this to you. They're giving you an outlet. That's it. Especially, and here's my thing. For a lot of them that's out there, stop speaking on something you don't know. Especially, and bring that point to a person that has been on ground. To someone that has been and done stayed for more than a month. Don't pose the stuff that you have heard from someone else, because we big on that. We ain't got no evidence. Pookie done told Ray done told Nene, and Nene done told Shania and them, and that's what you run on. When you see evidence of people on YouTube constantly showing that they're building and that they're not dealing with problems. Now, we're not ignorant. We know that you're going to deal with problems. Any race of people are going to have some type of conflict or some type of dispute at some given time. But at the end of the day, come on, stop being hypocritical. You deal with that shit every day in America. You deal with it with the opposite race, and yet and still you don't even get along with your own. You don't get along with your own people. And then you expect other people to have respect for you? Come on now. They sit back and looking. They already know how to pull our card. They know how to play us. They know how to play us. They know how to manipulate. All they got to do is give a person a bag. Give them the bag, they're going to sell out. There was a time when we wouldn't even do that. We stood on our word, we supported, we knew what time it was. But now, 5 minutes of fame, you give them a bag and they're gone. When are we going to be tired as a people, really as a people, and come collectively together and really come together and do something for real? For me personally, I put my time in. I done did my time. I gave to this country just like everybody else. That I'm punched the clock, that put into Social Security, Medicare, and all of that. Family members is here, but yet and still, sometimes you have to leave a place in order to grow, to find your blessings. Hell, even look at the Bible. Even Jesus didn't get no respect in his own country as a prophet. He had to move on. So what that tell you? If you ain't getting the respect you deserve in your country and you tired of dealing with what you deal with, why don't you take a trip and see what the world has to offer you? And that's another thing. Why are we so afraid to truly travel? I tell my kids, man, look, get your passport and see the world. Even though we was in the military, they got a chance to see, but I'm telling them to see a different side. Open up your mind, get a different perspective. But if that's all you know is 50 states in America, come on now. Come on now. We got to do better. We got to do better as a race of people. We have to do better. We have to uplift each other, not at a moment of crisis, but throughout. Doing the good and the bad. We got to start to uplift each other. Do you know what would happen? Let's just imagine that. Let's really look at this. Let's just imagine it, because we have the numbers. Now, if you want to talk numbers, we have the numbers. If you take the country of Africa, the continent of Africa, you take Brazil, right? You take not South America, but you go into the Caribbeans. You go into the Caribbeans, and then all the sprinkle, the certain islands over there, right? We got numbers. In America, we have numbers, and we come together collectively. We got numbers to do something major, iconic. That would throw the scales off, man. It would throw the scales off. What are they going to do? We definitely, I think a lot of African Americans that's on ground need to truly take a trip, get a passport, do your research, look at what country you want to visit, and see. Now, there's 54 countries in Africa. Then you have to look at not all are welcoming. As for I want to say as the up north, because you think that when you look at it northern, you know, you got more of the Arabs up there. They quote unquote thinking that they're not a part of Africa, which I don't understand how the hell they think that. Then they think let me just drop this. And just like Israel's at, Israel sits on the African tectonic plate. Now you think about why they say Middle East. Think about that. Why do they call that Middle East? There's no Middle West, there's no Middle North, and there's damn sure ain't no Middle South. See, we have to start to really look at how this game is being played. Then we must look at what have they pumped into our head? This blue-eyed and white Jesus, right? Which we damn sure know that ain't true. But that's a topic. That's a topic for another day. But I'm gonna let you know this: Israel sits on an African tectonic plate. Yes. And when you do the research and you go back to that region, which we already know, that it was people that look like you and I, right? So once again, do your research, find out what country best suits you. Do your research, find out what country best suits you. Then, once you find that out and you get there, then you will see the difference of the culture, how you would be welcomed, how things move, and I guarantee you, you're going to be amazed because this machine is only designed to keep us divided, to keep us to be quarreling over something that's petty, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm not going to be on here too long. I just wanted to say that we really definitely have to get together and move forward and come up with a think tank and so we can just for self. Let's not even try to be diabolical. Let me be clear. This is not about trying to go at a European person or anything like that. Let me be clear. I don't have time to put that energy in. I'm not going to let you steal that energy from me. Only energy I'm going to try to put in is to put in to build up my people, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have no problem of doing that to help my people because you're doing the same thing. That's it. But on the hand, y'all will become violent, you know what I'm saying, to get what you want. Maybe we should do that. Should we? I don't know. But it was never in our nature. It was never in our nature. Come on. It was never in our nature to be that evil, but they make it out to be. See, you got to look at everything that they say, they portray, they put out there. My wife's Liberian. When my wife came to America, she didn't even know that it was homeless people here. She didn't know that because they don't show that. All they showed was the good part. That's all she knew was the good part. She didn't know. She didn't know poverty like that existed in America. So what they tell you? They big up America and they show all the good things about America. Then they paint a picture of us to be just low down and no good and stuff like that. Because to be honest with you, my wife, you know, when I met her, she would talk to me, but because we was working at the same spot, but it took a long time. Her values different, and she was like, you know what I'm saying, once we started dating, she was like, and her parents remember me when she told them about me, she's like, oh, you know what I'm saying, because they do put that notion out there to some, they do hear it, just like we hear negative things, so we're not going to say that we don't get along and everything, but it is stories that have been said and has been spreaded about each other, and who started that mess? You see? So stop judging a book by its cover. Get to know it first. Stop listening to any and everybody until you have dealt with or interacted with. And just because you interact with that person, that doesn't mean that that person represents the entire race. It doesn't. We need to wake the hell up with some of this foolishness that we be saying and what we think. With that being said, This is Experience Liberia. Hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, share, subscribe. Until then, I'm out. Thank you.